Welcome to my fast news segment channel. You can view quick news in few minutes. IMIM President and Hyderabad MP Assaduddin Owaisi criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi Independence Day speech over women's safety. Assaduddin Owaisi questioned the Prime Minister's commitment to addressing violence against women, stating if the Prime Minister himself does not take women's safety seriously, how can we expect social change? Addressing the nation from the rampart of the Red Fort on the occasion of the 78th Independence Day, Modi expressed concern over the rise in crime against women, emphasizing that such crime should be truly investigated and thus those responsible should be face swifter punishment. Owaisi on Twitter pointed out that Prime Minister government had approved the release of the rapists and murderers involved in the Bilkis Banu case. She spent 15 years fighting for justice, Owaisi noted. Assaduddin Owaisi said on Twitter that Modi has campaigned for a candidate who is accused of the most heinous crime against thousands of women, said on Twitter. The city police, in collaboration with the National Service Scheme, launched an initiative to inspect shopping mall and public space for hidden or spicy cameras in an attempt to bolster safety and security for women. The initiative was inaugurated by Hyderabad Police Commissioner K. Srinivas Reddy and Principal Secretary of Education Department B. Venkatesham on August 15th. Significant milestone in the completion of Sita Rama Lift irrigation project. Irrigation Minister Uttam Kumar Reddy, Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy and other ministers formally started the pumps at BG, Kotturu, Pusu, Gudam and Kamalapuram pump house that are part of the Sita Rama project on August 15. Addressing the media after the inauguration on the pump house, Uttam said that in the last 7 to 8 months significant process have been achieved in project and assured by August 15, 2026 the project will be completed, creating 7 lakh acres Ayakat in the erstwhile Khammam district. He said that 9 km long Sitaram lift irrigation project Vera Link canal have been completed in 70 days. Telangana government has initiated the rollout of the final phase of the Telangana farmer loan waiver for outstanding amount between rupees 1.5 lakh to 2 lakhs on Thursday, August 15, as promised by Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy. With his the chorus for the resignation of Siddipet MLA T. Harish Rao has been growing after depositing rupees 5,644 crore into the loan account of 4,46,832 lakh farmers at the public meeting held at Vaira on Thursday. Revanth Reddy and his entourage demanded Harish Rao resignation at Siddipet MLA. Addressing the public meeting, Revanth Reddy even demanded Harish Rao to go to the Matrius Memorial Gun Park and tender apology to the people of the state, withdraw the challenge he had posed to the Congress government on the farm loan waiver, and concede the Congress was a party that could not go back on its promise. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi made a forceful argument for adopting the Uniform Civil Code during his Independence Day speech on August 15th. Maulana Shahabuddin Razvi, the president of the All India Muslim Jamaat, claimed that Muslims in the country are not happy with Prime Minister remarks during his speech from the Red Fort. The Prime Minister said, as we celebrate the 78th year of the Constitution, it is our duty to realize the dream of his farmer who envision a uniform civil code. The Supreme Court has also urged to address this issue. Spirit of the Constitution and the call of overtime demand. We discuss this crucial issue openly. Everyone should contribute their views. Laws that divide the country by religion and foster discrimination have no place in modern society. Reacting to the PM remark, Razvi said Prime Minister Modi gave a speech from Red Fort wherein he talked about implementing the Uniform Civil Code. The entire Muslim community of India is not satisfied with the word of PM Narendra Modi. The Jadavpur University Teachers Association has called for a day-long cease work on a Friday to protest the vandalism at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. In a statement, the association renounced any attempt to conceal evidence related to the rape murder of a postgraduate trainee doctor and demand justice for the victim family. We also demand a high-level impartial probe into alleged attacks on nursing students and medics by miscreants on the intervening night of August 14-15, JUTA General Secretary Bharta Pratima Roy told. Odisha Deputy Chief Minister Parvati Paridha announced on August 15 a day paid menstrual leave for state government and private sector employees. The leave, however, will be optional. Paridha, who is also in charge of Women and Child Development Department, made the announcement after attending an Independence Day program in Cuttack. If the female employee can take leave on the first or second day of the menstrual cycle, it will be an option, she said. The Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde on Thursday said it is moving ahead in the Amrit Kal, a period of prosperity and progress, with his state playing a pivot role in the journey as the national growth engine. He also talked about the Mukhyamantri Maji Ladki Behan Yojana, his government flagship scheme for women welfare, which will be officially rolled out on Saturday, and highlight how it will financially empower female beneficiaries and also boost the state economy, and highlight how it will be financially empower female beneficiary and also boost the state employee. Shinde emphasized the transformative journey of Maharashtra under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the broader vision for India development. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann on Thursday said it is painful that wrestler Vignesh Phogat missed a medal at the Paris Olympic Games after she was disqualified for being found 100-gram overweight ahead of her final report. Mann also emphasized that coaches and staffs are duty bound to maintain wrestler weight under the prescribed norm as they get a hefty salary from the public exchequer. Vignesh hopes of securing a belated Olympic silver medal were dashed on Wednesday, where the ad hoc division of the Court of Arbitration for Sports rejected her appeal against her disqualification from the final for being 100-gram overweight. Varanasi Mumbai flight on Akasa Air with 172 passengers on board on Thursday made an emergency landing at the Rajbhoj airport. Hereafter, a passenger fell sick, and officials said the pilot contacted the air traffic control and made emergency landing at 11:40 a.m. after a passenger faced a serious health issue, airport director Ramji Avasthi told. Addressing the first Independence Day speech of his third consecutive term and 11th overall, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, sporting a Rajasthani Lehrian print turban, tug in on the ideological issue of the party and the NDA government, and made an unequivocal pitch for a secular civil code and one nation, one poll, reiterating his call for Viksit Bharat. He said this is the golden period of Bharat. Viksit Bharat 2047 await us, among other announcement in his 98-minute addressing to the nation, his longest Independence Day speech. Modi said the center would create 75,000 medical seats and made a call for design in India, designed for the world. Prime Minister said the need of the hour was a discussion about the criminal who get punished for rape. I feel that it is important to create this fear, he said, pushing to free country politics of casteism and nepotism. Modi talked about bringing 1 lakh young people into political life. Speaking from the ramparts of the Red Fort, Modi said that a secular civil code was essential instead of existing communal code, hinting at a move to do away with the Muslim personnel. We have lived 75 years with a communal civil code. Now we have to move towards a secular civil code. Only then would religion-based discrimination end, he said. The State Women Commission has initiated a suo motu inquiry into BRS Working President K.T. Ramarao commented that women travelling free in the RTC buses were free to do breakdance or recording if they choose to. The Commission called the comments derogatory towards women. Minister Dhanasari Anasuya Sitaka demanded an unconditional apology for his revolting and demeaning comment on women. It's all started when Ramarao, speaking in station Kanpur, tried to counter Sitaka's previous comments that there was nothing wrong to in women traveling in bus choose to keep themselves busy peeling garlic or with other activities. Ramarao said, "We have no objection to what the women do. We never said peeling garlic or cleaning ginger is wrong. It is just that we did not know that buses were for this purpose." He had, "All we are seeing is introduce more buses, have one buses for one passenger. If you wish, let entire family travel together. Let them kint view, and if they wish, let them do breakdance recording." All we said was folks were tearing at each other, hair fighting for seats, which was not the case when KCR was in power. The meteorological department issued a yellow alert indicating light to moderate rainfall across the state has been issued over the next 3 days until August 17. Despite the shower, humid conditions are expected to persist in the city through the coming weeks. Telangana CM A. Revint Reddy has announced that his government would extend financial assistance of rupees 12,000 per year for the landless agriculture laborer from this year, as they have been leading a miserable life. Reiterating his government commitment to farmer welfare, he said that the financial assistance of rupees 15,000 for the farmer under Raitu Bharosa would be provided soon, since the preparation of modalities for implementation of scheme was under process. Addressing the gathering after hoisting the national flag at Golconda Fort in Hyderabad on Independence Day, August 15, CM said the government would focus on resolving the issue arises out of the bifurcation of East Andhra Pradesh that had remained pending for the last 10 years. Doctor protest in Telangana intensify on Wednesday as hundreds of junior and senior resident doctors across government hospitals joined the nationwide call to boycott duties following the brutal rape and murder of a PG trainee doctors at RG Kar Medical College in Calcutta. Right from 8 a.m., doctors are prominent territorial care center in Hyderabad, including Gandhi Hospital, Usmania General Hospital, and Unifal Hospital, sat down for a peaceful demonstration, and Nizam Institute of Medical Science and All India Institute of Medical Science, VB Nagar doctors wore black baggages and display placards seeking justice for the murder, medico, and better security for those working across government facilities in India. Chief Minister Revint Reddy on Thursday said that his government is hoping for a positive outcome to the talk held recently with the Andhra Pradesh counterpart Chandrababu Naidu on pending bifurcation issues. In his speech during Independence Day celebration held at his historic Golconda Fort, he noted that the division of assets between the two states after the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh remained pending for the last 10 years. The issue of sharing Krishna and Godavari rivers water were also not addressed, addressing that his government was giving priority to the state interest. CM Revint Reddy said it wants to maintain a cordial relationship with the neighboring state as well as with the center. Chief Minister claimed that his government according first priority to review the freedom the Telangana was deprived for the last 10 years. He broke the shackles of physical and psychological slavery. Today, people have the freedom of question the government, a facility also created to seek solution from the people to run the people-friendly government, CM Revint Reddy said. Chief Minister A. Revint Reddy has informed that his government is making effort to restructure the state debts, addressing the program after hosting the national flag at Golconda Fort on occasion of 70th Independence Day celebration. Chief Minister said that he had met with the World Bank president during his recent visit to America, and talks were held in a cordial manner in extending financial assistance with low interest rate for Telangana Department. My government will not commit the mistake of borrowing funds with higher interest rate and putting a heavy burden on the people. Despite facing financial hurdles, the state government is making all out efforts to fulfill the promises of Abhaya Hastam with a commitment of bringing happiness in every family. Revint Reddy disclosed. The total state debt at the time of formation of Telangana was rupees 75,577 crore, and it has increased to 7 lakhs crore. Rupees 7 lakh crore in December last year. The government released a white paper on state finance and also committed to revitalize the state employee, he revealed. Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka has instructed the Southern Power Distribution Company Limited and Northern Power Distribution Company Limited to give another opportunity to eligible beneficiary to apply for the power bill subsidy scheme if they had failed to do so earlier. while reviewing the implementation of the Gruha Jyoti scheme at Praja Bhavan here on Wednesday. Deputy CM Mallu Bhatti Vikramarkar wanted it to be extended to more households so that more people can get free power up to 200 units at a month. Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarkar announced that 6 kg thin rice will be given to the ration card holder. He said that we are taking a step in that direction. Bhatti Vikramarkar, who participated in the Independence Day celebration organized at the Khammam Police Parade Ground, addressed the people after hosting the flag. Soon, a ration card holder will be given 6 kg of small rice. Also, in order to support the agriculture sector, the government has set up task force team at each mandal and division level with police and agriculture department officials to prevent adulterate seeds. He also said that the different type of green breed seeds have been distributed to the farmer on a subsidies basis. In the Lok Sabha was seated in the fifth row at Independence Day celebration at the Red Fort, triggering a political controversy on Thursday with the Congress accusing the Narendra Modi led government of displaying a petty mindset and lack of respect for democratic tradition. Mr. Gandhi was sitting behind a few rows of seats occupied by members of the Indian contingent to the recent Olympic Games in Paris. The Ministry of Defense, which organizes the event, said that this year it was decided to honor Paris Olympic medal winners as a special guest at the Independence Day celebration. Modi ji, it's about time you wake up to the new reality post June 4th. The arrogance with which you relegated Lok Sabha Lok Shri Rahul Gandhi ji to the last row during the Independence Day ceremony shows that you have not learned your lesson. The defense minister feebly explained the explanation that it was out of respect for Olympians does not cut much ice. While Olympians deserve every bit of respect, I wonder how cabinet minister like Amit Shah or Nirmala Sitaram ji get a front row seat ahead of them. Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal said in a post on Twitter. The World Health Organization declared monkeypox a public health emergency of international concern on Thursday amid an outbreak in Congo. More than 27,000 cases, around 1,100 deaths has been recorded since January 2023 as the African nation battles its worst ever outbreak. The situation has also triggered global concern due to rapid spread of a new virus offshoot in a recent month. The WHO announcement comes mere day after a similar label from the African Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Public health emergency of international concern is the highest form of alert that can be shared by the international health body. Government led by Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu has significantly changed its administrative approach by imposing strict attendance rule on 16 senior IPS officers previously associated with the YSRCP regime. On August 12th, DGP Dwarka Tirumala Rao issued order requiring these officers to report daily to the DGP office without being assigned substantive duties, creating a procedural. Officials were directed to sign an attendance register at 10 a.m. in the officer waiting room at the DGP office and also before leaving after office hour without fail. The IPS officer enclosed in the list who are waiting for posting are instructed to attend the office of the DGP AP Mangalagiri regularly at 10 a.m. and sign the attendance register, Rao said in the memo. Watch the channel, press the bell icon to get latest notification of news. Like, share and subscribe my channel.